So in today's class, we will see another different examples for different stick diagrams. So how to draw a stick diagram under CMOS technology. CMOS technology. So here in this already in the last class we seen the CMOS inverter. So anyway, I will explain one more time. So because these stick diagrams and the layout diagrams are very important. So CMOS inverter, complementary metal oxide semiconductor inverter. So it is a combination of both the p-type transistor and n-type transistor. So it will be whenever we have p-type and the n-type MOS transistor. So those are connected in a series manner. That means whenever we have to connect one p-type transistor and one n-type transistor in a series manner, and we are giving a common input uh, those two transistors, so then that will be work like as a inverter. So that will be fulfills a simple inverter functionality. So that whatever the p-type and the n-type we are giving combining, so that will implements or that will be gives a complementary functionality. Complementary. So if you want to implement or design any type of complementary functionalities, then we will simply go for CMOS technology. See, by using CMOS technology, we have to design any type of complementary functionality. Clear? Uh, so that is the transistor level diagram for a CMOS inverter. So here we have two type of transistor, that is a P diffusion and the N diffusion. For in P type we have to use P diffusion, and in N type we have to use the N diffusion. So that two diffusions will be worked like as a MOS transistor, so that the two transistor definitely need a polysilicon. So whenever we have to use the layers, the polysilicon and also N diffusion are diffusion materials. So whenever we have to cross the two materials with one to another, so at the time that will be acts like as a diffusion material. That means that will be acts like as a transistor. So either it may be a p-type transistor and either it may be n-type transistor. So for p-type we have to use the p diffusion. For n-type we have to use the n diffusion. So coming to the stick diagram, so here we have to connect the VDD or any electrical contact to provide the circuit. So we have to use some of the metals in between. So for the electrical contact purpose, for also internally, if you want to connect from one layer to another layer. So internally also, if you want to connect from one section to another section, so we have to use different metals to connect any type of layer within the design. So here we have in the upper part, so we have the VDD, and in the ground part we have the VSS. So to connect those layers or those connections, so we have to use a metal contact at the VDD itself and also VSS itself. Clear? So for metal we have to use a blue line to represent a metal, and in between the metal contacts, so we have to implement whatever we designed the transistor level diagram. So whatever we designed that will be implemented in between the two metals. So here for p diffusion type transistor, we have to use a yellow color to represent p-type transistor, and for the N diffusion we have to use green color to represent N-type transistor, N-type transistor. So in between for to work like as those two diffusions as a transistors, so we have to give a polysilicon connection. So because here for two inputs they have the common input. So we are giving a common polysilicon layer to N diffusions. So in between the p-type transistor and the N-type transistor, we are taken the output in the transistor level diagram. So in the same way, in between the p-type and the N-type, we are taking output with the help of the metal, with the help of the metal in between a p-type transistor and N-type transistor. So that is the stick diagram. So otherwise we have to uh, draw this same diagram. So we have to draw that yellow line slightly, and also in between the yellow line and the blue line. So we have to make a contact, that means the metal contact in between the blue and yellow. So we have to give that polysilicon for two transistors separately. Upper part we have to give for yellow line, we have to give a polysilicon layer, and the below part in the down part for N diffusion we have to give, and for that one we have to give a common input. So in between the metal contact, so we have to take output. So during by that will also, in that setup also, we have to draw this stick diagram for the CMOS inverter. So while drawing the stick diagram, so as possible as much, so we have to reduce the contacts, or we have to reduce the extra connections in between one layer to another layer. So mostly we have to that VLSI technology is nothing but so that VLSI that will not take much more wider area within the design. So as much as we have to save the area of the circle. So to reduce that area, so as much as possible, we have to reduce the that extra connections or extra terminals involved in the design. So for that same design, we have to draw a layout diagram. So a layout diagram. So that layout is nothing but this layout diagram is nothing but, so we have to represent these lines with a some symbolic representation. So that symbolic for metal, we have to represent blue lines within the straight lines within the box. That means we have to maintain some the scaling rules. So we'll see these layout diagrams after whenever we covered this scaling parameters for this design, for the layout diagrams. Clear? So next one, CMOS NAND gate, complementary metal oxide semiconductor NAND gate. So this for this also same. So here for CMOS NAND gate, we have to connect two p-type transistor parallel and two n-type transistor series. So to implement y is equal to a into b whole bar. So for the transistor diagram, so that same we have to draw a stick diagram. So these are two p-type transistors will be parallel. So that's why we have to draw two p diffusion lines parallel manner. So and that will be n-type transistors will be in series manner. So we have to take in that two transistors are in series. So to connect both the p-type and the n-type transistors, we drawn a polysilicon line. a polysilicon lines in between the p-type transistor and the n-type transistor. So here we have two inputs, so that's why we have to given two polysilicon lines, two polysilicon lines for the A input and the B input, and in between p-type and the n-type we are taken output with the help of a metal. That means metal contact, a metal contact. So by following this approach, we have to draw any type of MOS design. So we have to implement by following these rules. We have to draw any type of MOS transistor stick diagram, any type of MOS transistor stick diagram. And the next one is we have to see CMOS NOR gate, complementary metal oxide semiconductor NOR gate. So here NOR output is NOR functionality is nothing but Y is equal to A plus B whole bar, A plus B whole bar. That means for this also we require two inputs PMOS transistors and two inputs NMOS transistors. But here that will be reverse. That means for PMOS transistors will be connected in series manner, and N-type transistors will be connected in a parallel manner, because already we know the rules, that basic CMOS design rules. So what is the relation will be in between one variable to another variable. So how we will connect if those have series relation and uh, unrelation and the R relation. So I don't want to tell that explanation again and again. So here for CMOS NOR gate, we have to consider two PMOS transistor in series and the two NMOS transistor in parallel. So for that same thing, we have to connect two the P diffusions in series manner. See, we connected, and we are connected to N-type transistors. N diffusions are in parallel. So to connect both the transistors, we are overimposed that polysilicon line. So over on this diagram. So these are also whatever you are seeing, that is thick diagram. So those are the layout diagrams. Layout. So first of all, we have to cover that layout design rule. So for BiCMOS also, we have to represent the stick diagram. So and MOS, for the MOS transistors, that concept will be same. So for bipolar transistors, so simply we have to indicate the transistor symbols, the transistor symbols. So this is the stick diagram for BiCMOS, a basic BiCMOS inverter. So coming to the layout design rules. So here the layout design rules is nothing but, so mainly we have to classify the design rules in mainly two ways. One is the micron rules and another one is lambda rules. Micron rules and another one is lambda rules. So here in this layout design rules, the physical mask layout of any circuit to be manufactured using a particular process must conform to set geometric constraints or rules, which are generally called layout design rules. So whatever we are, so in our 10th class mathematics or intermediate mathematics, so we are drawn some of the circles and squares and some of the triangulars with some scaling of parameters. That means geometrical, by using some geometrical equipments. So we drawn different type of symbols. So in the same way, here we have to consider a scaling, geometrical scaling values to represent any type of layout indication. So these rules usually specify the minimum allowable line widths for physical objects on chip, such as metal and the polysilicon interconnects or diffusion areas, or minimum future dimensions and minimum allowable separations between two such features. So here we have to whatever we are representing the layout indications. So that will be that rules are maximum that will be allows the widths for physical objects on chip. So while we are placing that design on a chipboard, that means on a IC integrated circuit board. So the this will represent. So whenever you have to observe a that television LCD or LED TV's panel board. So where you have to observe some of the lines within the within the design. So those lines are nothing but internally we have different materials that will be that lines indicates the overall integration of all the materials, overall integration of the all the materials. So these design rules are usually described in two ways. Those are nothing but one is the micron and the one is the lambda rules. So in micron rules, the layout constraints such as minimum future size and minimum allowable future separations are stated in terms of absolute dimensions in micrometers. So here in this micron also, we have to define those length and widths and these all the sizes and the specifications, so that absolute dimensions in micrometers. That means simply we have to define 2 micrometer or 1 micrometer, 3 micrometer, so and so. And in case the lambda rules, so that will the factors, the parameters, whatever those are uh, related with the channel and the constraints. So those will be indicated in terms of the length, and that will be indicated in a lambda values that will be indicated in lambda values. Those are nothing but 2 lambda, 3 lambda, so and so. So and so. So here you have to see this particulars, whatever you are seeing, that means some of the rules are implemented. So in case we have n diffusion, so that will be, so we have to maintain the minimum width and the minimum length for for n diffusion is 2 lambda. For p diffusion also 2 lambda. So but here the for n diffusion, the way of the indication is that will be indicated the right inclined lines with a closed space, right inclined lines. So within the uh, rectangular box, so we have to indicate for n diffusion with a closed space. So the minimum width we have to maintain for n diffusion is 2 lambda. For p diffusion also 2 lambda. For p diffusion also 2 lambda. But the indication of the p diffusion is so that right inclined lines within the box, but there will be some wider space between from one line to another line. And the minimum separation from either from n diffusion to n diffusion. For example, in series we are connecting two or more transistors. So at the time uh, we have to indicate some separating value from one layer to another layer. For this n diffusion or pre-diffusion, so we have to maintain 3 lambda. So we have to separate the two lines from one line to another line is 2 lambda. Next, from the p diffusion to polysilicon, that means one p diffusion to polysilicon, so we have to maintain 1 lambda. We have to maintain the minimum separation is 1 lambda. And polysilicon is also we have to represent, so the colors are same, whatever we discussed the color stick diagram, those colors are same for these layout diagram also. That means for n diffusion we have to use green color. For feed diffusion, we have to use yellow color. For metal, blue color. For implant, again dotted yellow color box, yellow color box. Next one, polysilicon, red color. So these colors are same, but the layout diagram. So we have to indicate these type of indications. So these type of indications with scalable values, with scalable values. So we have to remember those points very clearly for to draw a layout diagram. Next one, polysilicon, that will be, that is also left inclined lines. Polysilicon, that will be closed space, left inclined. So for N diffusion, that is right inclined. For P diffusion also right inclined lines, but the wider space. P diffusion we have to use wider space. So here we have to remember that point is so whenever we are combining the diffusion material and the polysilicon, so the two will be indicated as a cross mark. Cross mark. That means one material will be crosses with another material, or one material with mix with another material. That will be indicates a perfect injection within the device, within the design device. Clear. So and coming to metal. So the minimum width for the metal is 3 lambda, and the minimum separation from one metal to another metal is 3 lambda, and the metal 2, that is 4 lambda, and the minimum separation from metal 2 to another metal 2 is 4 lambda. So but metal 1 we have to use vertical lines within the box, but metal 2 we have to draw horizontal lines within the box. So these are some of indications to draw a layout diagram. So here next we have to the some of given some of the examples. That means how the NMOS enhancement mode transistor will be look like, and the PMOS transistor will be look like, and NMOS depletion transistor will be look like. So that will be given in the below diagram. So in NMOS transistor, so that is the that combines with diffusion and the polysilicon. So that 2 lambda, 2 lambda, and the PMOS enhancement that will be indicated with. So while we are drawing the layout diagram, so these are the uh, minimum learning points for to draw any type of layout diagram, So this will be indicates how a simple transistor will be look like while we are drawing a layout diagram. So all of you, this also you have to learn, and you have must and should remember to draw a layout diagram. So these are what how we have to maintain a contact in between a metal 1 to polysilicon and metal 2 to polysilicon. So that will be indicates. So the contact value is that will be 3 lambda into 3 lambda. So we have two 1. So internally we have, so whatever here you are seeing the thick black box within the circle. So that will be connect from one layer to another layer, and external box will be, so that is the protected one. So for the protection for the contact, for the protection for the contact. So here external box is 4 lambda into 4 lambda, and internal box is 2 lambda into 2 lambda into 2 lambda. So these are the layout, some of the layout design rules discussed. By using these rules, so we have to draw layout diagram for any type of stick diagram. So first we have for layout diagram. So in your question paper, if the question is asked, for example, design a layout diagram for two input CMOS NAND gate, two input CMOS NAND gate, or three input CMOS NAND, like that. So first of all, you have to draw a transistor level diagram. So after that, you have to draw a stick diagram. So after that, you have to draw a layout diagram, So then only you will get the full marks of the design. So simply without transistor or without stick diagram, so you are by heart and you are drawn, so you didn't get the full marks. You didn't get the full marks of that question. So so that will be, so the layout diagram is extension of the stick diagram with proper scaling values, So that is about today's class. All of you learn those encoding colors and the layout design rules, and try to design or try to draw different functionalities for uh, with help of suitable layout diagrams. So the first write the function, that means functional output of any expression, any Boolean expression. So from that, first draw the transistor level diagram. So from that, after that, draw stick diagram. So finally, you will draw the layout diagram. So next class, we will discuss different scaling parameters for VLSI design. So we'll meet in next class. So take care and then bye bye.
Madhupriya.